Hey witches, how are you? So I'm going to do a little video about crystals. So the first thing that you want to do when you get the crystal home, you want to cleanse it. You can use sage, you can use Palo Santo, you can use cedar, you can use incense, you can use water. I like to use either moon water or seawater, or you can use running water. You can also cleanse them in the moonlight and the sunlight. So we'll start off. I have a new crystal that I just got, so we'll start and I'll show you what I do with that. So I'm going to use sage for this one. I don't always use sage. I just feel like lighting up the sage. I've been around, went to the nail place, and I feel a little icky with the energies on me, so I sage myself too. But so this selenite, I don't need to cleanse that one. This one is howlite, cute little skull I got in a haul not too long ago. But you just cleanse it in the smoke. And when you're doing that, you can kind of envision all the negative energies leaving the crystal, because you don't know who's touched it. You don't know what the manufacturing process was. The postman could have been in a shitty mood when they brought it. You never know. So after you've cleansed it, then what you can do is you're going to consecrate it. I like to consecrate it also with smoke. I like to use an incense for that. So you would take it and just hold it over the incense smoke. And I like to say aloud, I consecrate this howlite as a magical tool. And if I wanted to, I could put it down. I'm just using this little offering bowl because it was close by. And if you can't find access to running water, then you can just use some moon water. And you're kind of cleansing it and consecrating it at the same time when you do it like this. So it's in there in the moon water. Another way that you can cleanse them, I don't know if I said this already because I don't have notes, is that you can leave them out in the sun and the moon, but you want to leave them out for the entirety of the day. You want to leave it out for, you know, the daytime and the nighttime. And of course, you know, you want to put it under the full moonlight whenever you get a chance. But you can also take into consideration your dark stones. You may want to charge these under the dark moon / new moon, whatever you want to call it. When I got the Apache Tears after I lost my mom, I charged these under the dark moon. And then I did them under the full moon too, but you can buy crystals anywhere. I usually get them from my gem shop or my local Wicca shop. I have this awesome little witch's hat that's so cute that I got. And this is a cute little, I think that this is black obsidian, yeah. And these have already been cleansed and consecrated. The only one that hadn't been is the little skull. So now that you've done that, what do you do with them? Well, you have some options. My favorite option is to program them with an intention and then wear them around my neck. So the way to program this with an intention, and this has already been cleansed and consecrated, I would just hold it close to my heart and speak the intention aloud. And the intention for this is to draw abundance and prosperity into my life. So I would hold that close to my heart, or you can hold it in your receiving hand, which is your left hand if you are right-handed, and speak those words aloud. You can also write the intention down and lay it on top of there. You can also bury these in the earth if you want to cleanse them that way. But I love this little baggy thing. I don't know what else it's called. I guess it's a crystal carrier. But you put it in there, and then you don't have to worry about having the jewelry with it on there. You can just put it in a little bag and wear it. And I wear this all the time, and I switch between citrine and that. I did the Apache Tears for about 3 months, and then I felt like I was okay enough to go back to my normal at Green Adventuring, because I've worn it for a long time. But you can also get crystals in the form of little carvings. Like I showed you the little hat. I've got the cute little frog. And then I have this little bunny. It's hard to see these with that light on. You can also get them like this. This one's almost empty, but for 50 grams off eBay, I think this was $6. Really cheap. But if you're dealing with selenite, you do not have to cleanse it. Do not get it wet. And you can also get crystals in powdered form. This is selenite sand. You can bathe with it. Just do whatever you want to do with it. You can add it to spells. I've actually added some into my moon water. Move that out of the way. So anyway, everybody says those things when they're doing videos on crystals, right? I'm going to show you some things that they may not be telling you. So one thing that you can do is you can put one on each chakra, just depending on what colors you have. But you need to find a color for each chakra. I'm not lining these up in any particular order. But you would lie down and then have someone place one on each of your points, and then do a meditation laying down with those to help you to get your chakras in balance. What you can also do for spell work is add it to oils. This has moonstones in it and also rose quartz. This is my self-love oil. I do not use it for love spells. I use it for self-love stuff. Typically, I'll rub it on a candle and then just, help myself feel better about myself if I'm having a stressful day. Sometimes I'll add it to my bath water. What else can you do with it for spells? So, one thing that you can do is you can take your crystals. Say I was going to do a money spell, and most of my money crystals are in my purse right now in a little baggie, because that's where I keep them. But say I was going to do a money spell and use the Green Adventuring. So I would just add it. I could put it in my northern corner to represent earth if I wanted to do it that way, or I could use something else to represent earth, and then just sit this around whatever I'm using for my spell work. Maybe if I had a green candle going, I like to surround my green candle with all of my money crystals. I think I'll actually go get that and show you what it looks like. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, I just really want to show you you know, exactly what you can do with these to get the most out of them. So I have 2 green candles. I love to use this color. It's the light green. It's the color of money, but I also use dark green too. And then I'm going to open my little mojo bag here to take out these money crystals. So bear with me for 1 second. Alright, so I'm not going to do the spell, like a full spell. I just want to show you. So you would take your candle and you would, you know, carve it, dress it, do all that, do a petition, whatever. And then put your crystals around. And amethyst can be used in money magic. So just put these all around. Why do I have 2 citrines in there? So just put them around. So pretty. And this is a lodestone. There's my lucky hand root. And you could even add, you know, you could even add those too if you wanted. But it just brings in more energy to your spell. Isn't that pretty? So you would just leave them there for the duration of the burn, and you can use them that way. Like I said, you can add them to oils. You can take a petition. You can write out a petition. And then you can take these 2. And then you can put them in the petition and then fold it towards you 3 times. And then what I like to do is I like to put them, I'm being sloppy with this, guys. If I was really doing this, it would not be sloppy. My lid to my cauldron is downstairs, but I would put them in my cauldron and then put the lid on there, and then at night, under the moonlight, bury that for 3 nights, and then dig it up after the 3rd day. And that's one way that you can use crystals in spell work. Another thing that you can do with crystals, there is a lot of debate about this, but I put them in my drinking water. Some people say don't because they could be toxic, but if you look up information about the crystal and you're sure that it is safe, like this is pyrite, you would not put that in drinking water, okay? Green aventurine, sure you can. Citrine, yes you can. And that's what's in mine right now. I have green aventurine, citrine, and clear quartz right now in my drinking water in my fridge. But when you get them, make sure you give them a good scrubbing, like wash them really well with soap and water before you even cleanse them and consecrate them and then give them an intention. Do that first, and then it's safe if you want to put them in the water. Now, this is where it can get a little confusing. So all these crystals, this is not half of my collection. This is just, I have so many crystals. But you don't want to have so many crystals that the energies become jumbled. Like this is just a big mess right now, okay? You want to be careful. You don't want to have all this energy mixing together. You don't. You want to make sure that you group them by intention, okay? You don't want to have all the energies getting muddled because it can really throw you off, okay? So just be careful with that. So see, I have my money crystals grouped together, and that's fine. It's fine to have that because they all have the same intention and they all have, you know, similar properties. Now, they're all different in their own unique way and they vibrate at different frequencies, but it's okay to group them together when they have the same intention. I also want to talk a little bit about sleeping with crystals. Some people can handle it. Like I sleep in this. I sleep in my talisman and I sleep in this. No matter what crystal I have on it or in it, I sleep with that. And it doesn't bother me at all. But I have friends that cannot sleep with crystals because the frequencies just bother them and they don't feel rested when they wake up. So just be careful. And clear quartz, of course, is an amplifier. Put that there, so cute. It amplifies anything you put it with. And I'm making a mess. Selenite. I have an entire video about selenite that I will link below. I think it's on my old channel, so I need to move it over, but selenite is so awesome. Selenite is so powerful. They say that it is actually solidified moonbeams. What you can do, this is just a big chunk that I have. I have so many pieces, but you can take this and charge in the moonlight, full moon, waxing moon, either one, whatever. And when you come in, say you don't have time to put all of these crystals out. So when you come in, you just distribute that energy, that divine goddess energy onto or into the other crystals from that piece of selenite. So you can do that. And let's see if there's anything else that I want to share with you about crystals. Okay, decorating. So when you're decorating your home, I have heard that if you put rose quartz in your bedroom, there's actually a specific place. I'll type it up in the description because I can't remember right offhand, but putting rose quartz, I actually have a rose quartz heart in my bedroom, but you put that in there and it's supposed to promote love. You can sleep with amethyst, so put amethyst in your bedroom on your nightstand or under your pillow. Rainbow amethyst has similar properties, so you could even group those. You can use howlite and amethyst together to help you to astral project and also to help with dreams and sleep. For protection, any dark stone works. I love to use the black obsidian or the black tourmaline. This is not a very pretty piece, but, and you see my ring. This came from that Witchy subscription box, but it's cute, and it is also black obsidian, so I wear that. And I have a black obsidian bracelet somewhere, and I cannot find it, but that's it pretty much for the crystals. Just be careful when you're jumbling them up. You don't want to store them like this. Okay, just group them. What I have is I have little bags, and I'll put like in the little sachets, like I would put, you know, my I'm not gonna do that, the money crystals right now because I don't want to show you my mojo bag because it's secret, but you could put those in there. You could even put your howlite in there, even your selenite, because your selenite, it can go with anything. So you can put that in there and then store them that way. That way they're not all together. But you definitely don't want to be carrying all the crystals together or put them all on your nightstand in a big bowl. I know some people do that. That's a big no-no. Don't do that. And then last but not least, what I wanted to share with you was that you can add them to your bath. Just throw them down there in the water with you. Don't use selenite, but you can use the selenite sand for your bath. And it doesn't dissolve all the way, so there will be a residue in the bottom of the tub, but that's fine. Just wipe it out and you will be fine. Another thing that you can do, excuse me, with the selenite, I don't have my big wand up here, but I have a wand that's about as big as this candle, and go over your entire body with it. I like to have my husband do it. Just go over your arms. You know, I like to stand, arms outstretched, legs spread, and he just goes from my head down to my toes, and then from my chest out, and just gets all that negative energy off of me with the selenite. And it really helps boost your mood. You can also take a piece of citrine and put it on your third eye. Citrine is a huge mood booster. You can actually put any of the crystals on your third eye. I've just found that citrine works the best. Amethyst can help you open your third eye if you're getting ready to do a tarot reading, or if you're getting ready to do any kind of divination. Put that on your third eye and it will help open you up to receive those energies. You can also add them to your witch's bottles. That's why I have just a little bit of this left, is because that's what I use this black obsidian for. I put 13 pieces whenever I do a protection jar, whether it's my Sea Witch's protection jar or just a regular one. I put 13 of these in there. You can use them in spell jars. So you could take this and you could put some herbs. Say you wanted to do one for money. You would put some citrine chips, some green aventurine chips, some 5-finger grass, maybe some basil, and then maybe a drop of your blood. You saw the blood magic video, hopefully, that I posted yesterday. You could do that, or even some money oil, and put that in there, and then put the lid on there, and then seal it up, and then carry that on your person, or you could bury it in the earth, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. But I think that's all that I have about crystals. If you have any questions, I'm gonna leave the comments open for this video. I normally don't, but I will leave the comments open. That way, if you have any questions, you can ask. But just remember, cleanse them with something. I prefer smoke, but you can use any of the 4 elements. You can also, let me show you this real quick. Nothing in my drink. You can also take the crystal. There's a seashell in there. Let's see, I'm going to put this piece of citrine in here. So you can put the crystal inside of a singing bowl, and then you can go around the singing bowl. I like to just strike it. And I do that 3 times. And then those vibrations knock out any stagnant or negative energy. So you can also use singing bowls to cleanse the crystals. But after you cleanse them, don't forget, consecrate them to make them a magical tool. That step is important. And then the most important step, I would say, is to give it that intention. Hold it in that left hand. Hold it to your heart. Hold it to your third eye. Give it some witch's breath. Whatever you want to do. And then give it an intention. You need to talk to the crystal. It needs to know what its purpose is, okay? It's not just a pretty rock, even though they're beautiful. It's not just a pretty rock. It's a magical tool. So you want to give it a purpose. You want to talk to it. Talk directly to it if you want. Or you could do a petition. So I think that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed the crystal video. Let me know if you have any other questions, and blessed be. And I look forward to our gathering on April 9th. But that's all I have. Like, subscribe, and share. Alright guys, I forgot several things that I wanted to say. That's what I get for not having notes. So the first thing that I wanted to add was to do meditation. So you can do meditation by just sitting there and holding on to your crystal while you meditate. And yes, I've changed clothes because it's like 2 hours later, and I was going to do this a different way, but so just hold on to that and do your meditation. The next thing, you can meditate while you're wearing the jewelry, like the green aventurine I had early, or the ring I had on earlier. You can do that. You can also get the special water bottles that have the compartments for the crystals if you're scared to drink the crystals directly in the water, which I do, but I always make sure that I'm very careful that the crystals are safe, and like I said earlier, that they are washed thoroughly with soap and water. That's the first thing you want to do when you get them home before you even begin to smoke them out. So next, scrying. You can scry. The best thing to use is usually a shiny black obsidian, but any dark shiny crystal will work, or stone. You can also add it to witchy sprays, like witchy room sprays. And I actually have one right here. This is a money manifestation spray that I made that has some green aventurine in there and some other things. And I also have a black salt spray where I added in the black obsidian. You can also add rose quartz to your facial serums. I have a really nice facial serum that I bought from Sage Goddess, and I plan to add some rose quartz chips to that as soon as I can get my hands on them, because I have no idea where they went. Anyway, and then another thing that you can do is you can create jewelry, and you can also create things like dream catchers and wind chimes. You can buy the crystals with the holes already drilled in them to do that, and they're extra magical because you made them. And next, you can use these. Let me grab these from Hecate Altar. So, we know Hecate is the goddess of most things, but she especially loves dogs. So I got this for her like a year ago. Isn't it cute? It is a black obsidian puppy, and she also has this cat, And for the life of me, I can't remember what crystal this is. I think it's called dolomite. And then she also has the frog that sits with her. That's her frog. And then I got this for her last Ostara, the pink bunny. So you can get those carved in crystal and offer them for your deity. Lakshmi has a lotus flower downstairs, and I believe I showed it to you in a haul the last time I did a haul. You can also create dream pouches, and I spoke a little bit about that earlier, but I'm going to leave a link that will give you exactly what to put in them. And you can also, I like to make my own candles, and I'm probably going to do a video to show you guys how I do that. But when I am creating my candles, I will take some crystals, and this is red jasper and red agate, and I'll add it in there. I'm doing a healing candle later today, and I'm going to add these in there. So you can do that. You can also add crystals to potted plants or to your garden to just deliver those vibrations. And you can, what in the world? I don't know what the hell I wrote down. You can place the crystals in just anything that you can find that they'll fit, you know, and go with. I wish I knew what I wrote down. That's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, I know what I wrote down, guys. Sorry. Placing the selenite like this on top of door frames and on window sills to protect the rooms. And I also have a whole video on selenite that I will link below. And I think that that's all now. I hope I don't come up with anything else that I need to redo this video. But if I come up with anything else, I'll just add it on a different video. But I think that's it. And finally, I'm going to go and bless Sydney. Like, subscribe, and share.